Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Maybe you thought this would never happen again. But we're back. Welcome back to Littlewargame. It has been too long, my friends. It has been too long. I am Slammer4, and I'm back with another video. And, yeah, this is a match I played the other day. And, wanted to make a video. This game's not particularly interesting or exciting, but, wanted to make a video talking about the state of Littlewargame, where I've been this past year. Yeah, and just kind of what's been going on in the world of this beautiful web game. Yeah, so do apologize for being gone for so long. And I think I'll just dive right in and talk a little bit about why I kind of lost interest in Littlewargame, didn't play as much, and then why I'm excited to kind of be getting back into the game a little bit. I think fundamentally the main reason I didn't play as much Littlewargame is definitely basically the player base was very small, and it still is very small, but just kind of wasn't a lot of people to play, to be honest, and that kind of killed a lot of my interest for the game. Definitely there's been a lot of really cool ladder updates which I've missed out on because of that, but I think fundamentally that's the main reason I ever took a break from this game is just because I wasn't able to get consistent good games, and I'm also in a place where doing a lot of school, been working, and just haven't had that much time. So when I do play a video game, I want to just be able to hop on, get a game, you know. Don't want to be sitting in queue for a couple hours or whatever. So that's kind of where I've been at. Been busy, been playing some other games, but just something about Littlewargame always brings me back. I've been keeping an eye on the Reddit, keeping an eye on kind of what's been going on in the community a little bit, and yeah, just recently, Itano Circus was posting stuff about how he's gonna be he's got the development of the game back on. He's finally pulled the strings. I don't know how he did it, but there's gonna be a new patch coming really soon, which is very exciting to see. And the newest ladder changes will be implemented into the actual game. By the way, I'm playing on this is a ranked game, so I'm playing with the I guess AA3 is what they call the newest patch. So you can see we've got these Gatling gun units, which you might not be completely familiar with if you haven't played Littlewargame in a little while, but these are a new mech unit that comes from the workshop. And I guess I didn't introduce the players. I'm playing against Phages, just a random ranked person I ran into. Seems to be a pretty solid player. If we look at our units, I'm up a little bit on workers, but he's got his expansion out significantly faster because he went for a 1-den opening. But the interesting thing about Gatling guns is they allow mech to have some early game control. As you can see there, I mean, I can just poke away at these wolves because my Gatling guns are very fast and have good kiting abilities. But yeah, I will link, Itano Circus put out a couple of videos actually kind of announcing changes and talking about the state of Littlewargame. I'm going to link those in the video description of this video. So I do encourage you guys to check it out. Basically, there's going to be some bug fixes to some really annoying Littlewargame bugs, and like the particularly what I'm excited about is the count creation bug, because I feel like that really has hurt the game's population, and new players coming in is just oftentimes it's impossible for them to make new accounts. So that's really exciting for me. And then also unifying the game to one patch so that, you know, we have these ladder editions which have been kind of like almost unofficial patches, but I think it becomes confusing for players when they don't realize like what patch the game's on or what have you. And they play regular game and they, you know, have, you know, 225 cost dragons and no Gatling guns, and then they play ladder, and it's a completely different game. So it's pretty exciting to see if those changes get kind of ported over to the regular game. I think there's also going to be some cool mod support coming. Maybe some changes to the ladder maps. There's just going to be a lot of really neat things happening that I'm excited about. So that kind of piqued my interest, and I want to try to get back into the game a little bit. And get back into making some videos, because I've always really enjoyed doing that. And I've seen people posting on my videos like months ago, like, oh my goodness, Slammer 4 is dead. I'm not dead, guys. I'm going to still make some videos. Really, I do enjoy that. And I still keep an eye on that email address. Some people sent videos like, you know, a long time ago, but I never, or replays rather, never checked those out. But that email address is still active, slammer4@gmail.com. And if you send me replays, I may feature those on this channel. Because again, I'm not sure how much I'll be actually able to play, but I would really enjoy casting some Little Wargame and getting back into the scene. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This is just going to be a pretty nice little Beast versus Rax game, or Mech versus Beast. Sorry. Apparently, cannons have this thing called a cat drop. I don't know what it does. I think it's just like a really low health wall, from my understanding. Not really sure what it does, but it's a thing. So yeah. I'm taking my third base. My opponent's actually up on economy. He's been able to secure a pretty nice extra base there, but he's not fully saturated on his bases, so that's a thing. So I'm just heading out with some catapult harass, trying to snipe some workers if I can. Also, the cool thing about catapults is they're really good at sniping snakes. So that's a little pro tip for you guys. Target the snakes down when you're in the catapult drop, because I think they two-shot snakes usually, and snakes will be stopping to fire at like your tower, unlike wolves that like dance around. So yeah, targeting snakes is always a fun time. Just continuing to macro up here, throwing down some upgrades, continuing to pump out some mech units. You can see my opponent's having some trouble macroing through this harassment that I'm doing. He's really floating some gold here, and that's kind of bringing him down. Although I'm also getting supply blocks, so I don't really have anything to say about it. Yeah, I'm really supply blocked at 7. That's pretty poor play. This is a weird thing. I couldn't get my catapults to target this tower for some reason. I guess it's because they're too close. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Because I'm right-clicking on the tower right now, and nothing's happening. So, I think they're like too close, but like there should be. I'm gonna get some juicy shots off here. Snipe off some of the snakes. One more. I was trying to target him down, but I think again the minimum range kind of took me out there. So yeah, my opponent is basically just trying to macro off 3 den and get out a lot of upgrades. He's got double upgrade coming. There, his tower snipes down a full dropship, which is pretty annoying. But my opponent's through my harass, I've been able to cut his workers down to just slowed him down just a tad, not really a lot. He's already at 28 workers, which is a pretty good count. And I'm about to hit 30, so fully saturated in a second here. Pretty even game. And he does have a slight, well actually, what's my upgrades at? I'm at +5, so I guess that's +1 mech. So he's at +1 attack. He's gonna throw out a little stream of wolf snake there, but we should be able to handle that pretty effectively. I think wolf snake is probably pretty weak right now in the current patch. I haven't played it a whole lot, but I think because Gatling guns exist, I think wolf snake is just gonna die to mech play. I think you need to possibly get some dragons out. I think you need to probably transition a bit. But I haven't really played any beast mech yet, so I'm not really sure about that. I have to practice some more. Right now, I'm honestly my Little Wargame knowledge is pretty minimal right now. I don't know what's going on in this game, so I've just needed to put some time and practice up a bit. But it is cool to see that mech is kind of pretty valuable right now. I think because you have these Gatling guns, you have a very stable, a much more stable way to get mech units out. And of course, catapult drops are still, you know, still excellent. They always have been, and they still are. So just sniping off those snakes. Able to ditch out with all of my units still alive. I think I just send this guy home. I'll drop over here. Haruphages. Haruphages is just chilling, getting a lot of upgrades. He's really lost a lot of workers through this harassment, and he's having a lot of trouble replacing them. That's really cutting down his economy there. Some of these catapult drops have achieved some excellent results, and I'm up to 4 workshops, so I'm really just pumping out a nice mech force here. Whereas Haruphages is really stuck on this snake beast tech, and he hasn't been able to really transition to anything higher like werewolves or dragons in any way. So I think that's going to be a struggle for him going forward into this game. And even in the supply count, I'm starting to get a nice little advantage going. Notice I'm pumping up to 35 workers because you can actually go above 100 supply now. I think it's actually pretty strong to keep getting workers. Normally you'd stop at that 30 mark, but I like to grab a couple more. I tried to snipe the last worker, but I ran out of HP, so I had to run away. But yeah, I think going up to like 40 workers is actually strong now. My worker line micro is a little suspect here. I've got too many there. But I think I fixed that soonish at some point, hopefully. But yeah, he's only at 100 supply, and most of that is these wolf snake, which is not really. I would say not probably the composition that you want in this stage of the game. At the very least, you'd probably want to get some tech as far as maybe werewolves, maybe even something like mages, or I don't know, like something, right? Something. I think this is around the point when I decide that about time to move out. It brings a couple workers for some towers. When I start pressuring his 4th base, I've been able to secure my own 4th here. Did I fix this? Yeah, I fixed some of my mining issues. Still not perfect, but do what we can. And here you can just see how catapults own snakes so hard. It's really hard, I feel like, to make snakes work against mech, just because, I mean, you're getting 2-shot by catapults, and you've got AoE. You can kill like multiple snakes at once, so it seems just really challenging to make these units work in any good way. So yeah, here you can see these little walker things in effect, kind of blocking out the snakes. This is really a nice engagement for me because I'm able to just kind of fight a part of his army at once. There's no surround or anything. This castle worked as kind of like a buttress against his forces, so was able to take that fight. Kind of throw away a couple units there, but not a problem. My main catapult army is pretty untouched. I've got something like 9 catapults here and a nice cannon force. I'm going to continue to throw down these traps or walls or whatever they are, and my opponent taps out at that moment. Just the mech force was too strong. Had some pretty nice upgrades, +2, +1, and takes the victory. So, take a quick look at post-game stats. Mined almost 2k more than him, so had a pretty nice advantage throughout that game. Yeah, and had a good time. Hope to see you guys more in the future. There's going to be a patch coming out, so I probably will put a video out detailing that, and possibly more videos in the future. No promises, but yeah, really enjoyed getting back into Littlewargame, and we'll catch you on the flip side.